Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, we're going to be working on a song called Great Are You, Lord by All Sons and Daughters. Not a new song, but still a good song. Key of A, which has 3 sharps. So, what I'll do is I'll play it all the way through, and then we'll break down the chords at the end.
Verse.
And that is Great Are You, Lord. Before we get into the breakdown, I just wanted to say that I also have some courses available. If you're looking for a deeper dive into the piano and maybe you're just starting out, I have a Church Piano 101 course. I have an Ableton Live course as well if you play tracks in church, or if you're just a producer using Ableton Live. It's both on how to produce songs in Ableton and how to play tracks back and arrange them how you'd like. I also have Zoom piano lessons. So if you ever want to take a deeper dive on the piano, check out my website, jonathanstevensmusic.com. And that's a great way to support this channel because I don't really make much money from these tutorials due to the fact that they are essentially covers of songs and the money typically goes to the artists. And so if you wanted to support this channel, these are great ways to do it. You can also leave a tip now directly on YouTube. These are all great ways to support the channel. Also, just giving a like or subscribing to my channel is great motivation for me to keep this channel going. So thanks for all the support, but let's get right back into the video. A simple song, but I want to go over a few things that you can do to maybe enhance it. I played it mostly like the track, but of course I put my own spin on it a little bit. So most of the chord progression for the entire song is going to be this D chord to this F sharp minor, and we could throw the 7 on as well, which is the E note here, and then the E chord with maybe a suspension here and there, right? And that's like 90% of the song. So that would be the intro and the verse and the chorus is that same progression. The one variation that happens is the bridge, where it goes to an A chord and then an A suspended chord, and then a D chord. And that's kind of the whole bridge almost, with one exception. So let's talk about this D. There's a few different ways we can voice a D. So with any triad, we can invert it for one thing. So instead of just playing a D like this, you can invert it and play a D like this. This would be D first inversion, and then you can invert it again and play a D like this. This would be a D second inversion, and so on and so forth. So all of a sudden we have all these different ways we can play D. In addition, we can do an add 2 on the D chord, which provides an extra little color note, which is this E. So if you add the E, it's like a D add 2 or add 9, right? And you can voice these in different ways. Sometimes I might even leave the third out, which is the F sharp, right? So there's a lot of different shapes if we invert, right? Which is why sometimes you'll see me playing the D chord a lot of different ways throughout the song if you rewind, right? So let's just break down the intro. We got D, F sharp minor, E. It kind of bounces back and forth between the suspended and the resolved E chord. So you might start like, and then resolve it. F sharp minor 7 like this. E suspended, resolve. You are love. Of course, mixing in the melody notes can be helpful. So I like to follow the melody with definitely my top note if I can, and you don't have to do this the whole song, but think about getting those little melodic lines, and then I put the octave on it, right? And then the third component is what chord am I on? If I'm on an F sharp minor chord, but this is my melody note, what I do is fill in the rest of the notes for my F sharp minor chord with my inside notes, so that, and then this is my melody, but it's an E chord, so I'm gonna fill in the inside notes of that with my right hand. So my right hand will go, great are you, Lord, but we're gonna hit the F sharp minor, and then when it's the E chord, but with the melody still being in my octave position on my right hand. it's like, this is a great example of when to do a D add 2. So it's a D chord, but the melody is your breath. The E note is the melody, but it's not really a part of just the triad D chord. It would be a part of the D add 2 chord, which, by the way, on any major chord, you can pretty much always add the 2, and it works out really well. Like 99% of the time, it's going to sound great. And then on the F sharp minor chord, we have an F sharp minor 7, and similar to the major chords with the add 2, minor 7s can be added to basically any minor chord, and it sounds great. It doesn't really change what the chord is doing. It just adds a little bit of an extra color note, which would be this E on top, and it's still part of the melody. Right? So it's your breath in our lungs. So the melody's still on the E, even though the chord is on an F sharp minor. And then this little variation. I'm kind of doing like an A over E at the last bit. Great are you, Lord. And then we're going to go to the bridge where we have this slightly different rhythm. Okay, so let me just play the click track. So 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's like you're cramming, it's like you're equally dividing 4 notes inside of a 6/8 time signature. So this is 6/8, 1, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what the click track is doing. But my right hand is going to do this like a polyrhythm is, I guess, what it is, right? So you're going to cram 4 into 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And what I do usually with my left hand, I'll have the left hand like the if I'm going to play an A chord, the left hand top note, which would be like the 5th of the chord, is going to kind of be keeping that timing of the 6/8, so that we still have that feel of the 6. So it's like 4 against 6, right? So 1, 2. It sounds something like this, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's kind of the idea of the rhythm that's happening. That can be tricky when you first start it, but basically the right hand's playing 4 equally spaced, and then the left hand's kind of playing the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Add 2 on the A chord. All the suspended 4 D chord. And here's the exception. On like the 3rd round of the bridge, the chord progression changes a little bit. All the earth will shout. D over F sharp. To the regular D chord. Are you Lord? It's your breath. And then you're into the chorus. So that's the one variation is where it goes. It's like a D add 2 over a F sharp. It's a really cool little variation they do on the bridge. And yeah, so I guess rather than just staying on the A suspended, think about like a D over F sharp. And then to the D chord, are you Lord? You build into the chorus. And on this last chorus, they have a little counter melody that the piano's doing. So the important notes are going to be this F sharp over D, C sharp, which is just a part of the F sharp minor chord. So the chords aren't really changing. You're just basically letting certain notes ring out above other notes, right? So whenever you have a chord, you have like different notes that can stand out. And typically to make a note stand out, you put it on the top of the chord, or you do an octave kind of thing. And that'll help that particular note to rise above the other notes in your triad. So whenever we're choosing inversions, the top note is going to be heard the most. So that is an important decision that we're making. So in this case, I'm going to do the F sharp on this last chorus. And then when I go to the F sharp minor chord, I'm going to have the C sharp on my melody. And then the E chord, I'm going to have this B on my melody. And that's just kind of what they do on the original track. And it's even maybe more of a simplified version on the original track. But I think it's still important to hold down the bass notes with our left hand. And then it goes to the outro. Great are you, and that is Great Are You, Lord. And you can feel free to experiment with different inversions throughout the song. But this is sort of a hybrid on what the track is doing, and then a little bit of my own interpretation of it, which I guess all of my tutorials are going to be my interpretation to some extent. So I hope you found this video helpful today. Don't forget, if you'd like to take a deeper dive in the piano, I have a Church Piano 101 course, as well as an Ableton Live course, as well as some Zoom lessons where we can connect. Also, feel free to drop a comment below if you have a specific song in mind that you'd like me to do on this channel. I plan to make many more videos in the upcoming months, so stay tuned. I'm going to have some great content coming. And thank you so much for watching. Feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks so much. We'll see you in the next video.